All right, I'm gonna just so we can make sure that this thing is going.
Okay.
Ugh, get out of here. Your fucking audio.
Oh, we're actually live.
It goes to the what?
I can hear that we're live right now.
And now we're actually live.
Oh, we're actually live now. Bo, thanks so much for letting me know.
You got
we're
me distracted. You were doing something over there with
I
the
was-
video, and then the audio was still coming through in your video to my headphones,
Oh my god.
and I was just like, "Where's that coming from?" Because it was like a video playing. I'm like, "What?"
That's too funny. Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Live on Ontwowheels, your weekly motorcycle live show that is also a podcast. We are on episode 27, guys. We are now farther than half a year doing this. Time is flying by so fast. Thank you so much for all you guys that are live watching us. And guys, we would love it if you're in the live show, hit that like button. Always helps us out.
Also, hello to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, also, what's up, chat? We will be talking with you guys the entire night. Or, not the entire night, but for the next hour. And if you don't catch us live, that's totally fine, guys. We do this every single Thursday night, but it also goes up on the Chase Ontwowheels YouTube channel afterwards. And if you're only wanting to listen to us, we are available on podcasting platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, we would love you. We would just love you long time.
End of sentence.
We would just love you. But if you're listening to us over on Apple Podcasts, guys, please go leave us a review. We love reviews. It makes us very happy. And we generally like to be happy people, from what I understand.
I mean,
sometimes
it's nice to feel a little cantankerous.
I can't spell cantankerous, nor do I know what it means. Also, Bo, we got a fun podcast to talk about today. Because, can people see what's over your shoulder?
No.
Is it in total darkness?
It's in total darkness.
We did all the work to park that big baby behind you. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Bo's walk. Oh, are you going to flash everybody? Oh, God. Striking, guys. Watch out. Hey, look at it. It's the Rocket 3. Woo! All right, cut those things off. We got good lighting. We need to go back to the good lighting. Oh, check it out. Yeah, you guys saw it. So, guys, we've got the 2022 Triumph Rocket 3R Black Edition in the shop. Shoot. Got it here in studio.
Fucking thick girl.
So
the tank is the size of a suitcase that you could not check or could not carry on. You would have to check it.
That it is a big old tank.
Yeah.
So here's the cool thing.
I've seen dog carriers smaller than that.
Jesus Christ. So, guys, we're going to talk about the Rocket today. I'm happy to say I have ridden it. We actually filmed our first ride video that's going to go out next week. We filmed that today. It's going to go out next Friday. Bo rode it yesterday. Ugh. So we are able to actually talk about it like after having ridden it.
Shout out to you for knowing when to push me to do things like this, because I could tell you could have easily just said, hey, because I was on the WR, and you could have easily said, when we're done here, we'll just stop at the gas station. But you just go, all right, I'll see you later, and you grab the WR and then just left.
I left you, and I made you ride it. Yes, I sure as hell did.
Babe, and I was squidding hard.
You were squidding hard.
I had this helmet on, a T-shirt, and my mechanic's gloves.
You were on cruiser status. My wife in the chat just said Rocket Power. That makes me remember. Do you remember what's the Rocket show back in the day? I think it was on Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon. It was Rocket Power, right? I think it's called Rocket Power. I might have to look it up right now.
No,
I'm so sorry.
I was a Voltron and Masters of the Universe.
Voltron, my guy, right here. I was literally telling Heather about Voltron the other day, where all the people come together and it's like giant robot fight everybody.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, that's what we're talking about today. We will get into that topic at some point after we randomly talk about shit in the beginning. Also, we have a sponsor that we will talk about halfway through the show. Chat.
Wait.
Thank you.
I forgot I had the button.
Yes, live chat. I'm looking at you guys. Make sure at the 30-minute mark we talk about the sponsor. because I kind of did it last week, but I got all, you guys know how I get all wrapped up in the conversation.
Yeah, that's exactly
so
right, Trevor.
what we've decided to have to do, because I mean, I think I've built my entire channel off being excited about things. Honestly, because I'm not smart about what I talk about. So I think I've just built my entire reputation on excitement. And we've decided that I get too excited talking about things. So what we're going to do this week is we're just going to play you guys the ad that we recorded earlier. Because I can't be trusted. I've proven to the fact I can't be trusted.
Get like a 14-minute long ad.
Yeah, just the back 15 minutes of the show.
That's it. Sorry, we can't do anything else.
Yep, we already
Chase
have
has to go all over the place.
Right, we already have time issues on the show anyway, as we all know. But yeah, live show. It is good to have all you guys in here. So
Moto Marvelous is in there again, and he's
Moto Marvelous, what up?
He just dropped a really awesome video on the Challenger. Speaking of big, powerful bikes,
interesting. You guys go check out Moto Marvelous. We need to figure out a video
really
that we
too.
can do with Moto Marvelous.
He does this. He has a. It's either a 360. I think it's a 360 cam, but there's another cam. But he has it on this long like arm off the side of the bike, like it's over.
Yeah,
and then it's like this tall.
It's a good shot.
Such a good shot.
It is.
It reminded me of the one where you did it on the pants, but it wasn't out far enough to get the shot that we wanted.
I think we did that shot in the review video of that camera, where I like had it way off the side. Yeah, that shot. 360
also, the
cameras.
shot of me on the Chieftain Dark Horse at Get On that you were like, "Oh, I love that shot."
Yes, absolutely.
That was on the highway bar. The 360 was off to the side, until it fell off.
360 cameras are good, man. They're an unwieldy beast. Speaking, or before we get into unwieldy beast,
he's
did anything?
GoPro, Max.
Oh, the guy's been trying to get me to buy a GoPro Max, so that's a hot topic right now. Moto Marvelous, please tell me how big of a pain in the ass it is to use it in your editor. Please just tell me it's hard to use.
Tell me the truth.
Has anything happened this week that's important to talk about? Like, we got the Rocket 3 on it was like Monday or Tuesday, right? Didn't expect that. I didn't think we were going to get that bike in until later this week. And then we got a call from Triumph, like in the beginning of the week, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to drop this thing off." And it was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Also, I accidentally spoiled the Rocket 3. Was it last show?
Yeah.
2 shows ago?
Didn't get in trouble for it. That's good.
We didn't. So that's awesome. That's great news. Also, the Rocket 3, dude, I've been looking up videos online. It gets so many views.
It's because it's a novelty, dude. It's crazy. We'll get into that.
It's kind of crazy. Did anything crazy happen this week? It's been kind of a chill week. I
found a wasp nest on my front door.
Well, what did you do about the wasp?
Nothing yet.
You still have a wasp nest on your front door?
I found it, and I still has it. I'll get some stuff.
To be fair, as an owner of a home, how often do you go out your front door?
0, because
I was thinking about this the other day.
It's garage every day.
If me and Heather didn't get food delivery all the time, well, no, we're trying not to anymore. But in the past, we've gotten a lot of food delivery, and I was sitting here thinking, I was like, that's the only reason we ever open our front door. Otherwise, it's just there to look like a I don't know.
Maybe wasp nest equals deterrent. Maybe they'll stop leaving it on the front porch when we clearly state, please leave it in the carport.
So you need to specifically leave the wasp nest. Let it get as big. You can.
I'm actually going to
let it become one of those like whole door size.
I'm going
to
point the light towards it so they can see it.
No, please buy a light, buy a spotlight, and just shine it at the wasp nest.
Like those things they put in front of statues and just point it at the wasp nest.
Yes.
And then every time we have food delivered, you'll just hear this person go, "Oh, hell no." That's it. And then I'll know they're there.
Can you please have that light that shines on the wasp nest and then have a camera that points in the opposite direction just to see the person's response?
Hell no.
Oh,
your fucking Taco Bell is not worth this.
Before we get too far in, guys, if you are not part of our Discord, go check it out, because at the end of the show, we're going to give away a $50 Revzilla gift card to somebody that...
Chase, why don't you show them how to go to the thread?
I would love to, Bo.
Yep.
Here, let me go to the general page on Discord.
Yep. And so you can... No, you don't go to the general. You go to the live on 2 wheels.
I'm gonna go to live on. I'm gonna show them me navigating.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So this is our Discord channel. This is the general. If we scroll down here on the left side, we're gonna go down until we see L2W live on 2 wheels. We're gonna click that.
Just ignore that for right now. That happened. That happened 20 minutes ago.
I didn't know that was there.
Yeah, okay, so you click
Ranger.
on the top, which you can't see. You got to move your screen down so they can see where you're going to click.
My God.
Okay,
I have to move a screen down.
move the top of your
I
your
see,
Discord
Gotcha.
down so that I can see it. Okay, so now.
Oh my God, that caught me real good.
Yep. So spoiler. All right, threads. There you go.
Episode 27.
Yep.
Boom.
And there you go.
Okay, I'm not gonna look at this anymore.
No,
So guys,
you go
okay,
there.
rocket memes.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Randrew
Rocket
has made the
memes.
decision for us.
Let's set a rule that it has to be PG-13
yes.
because
no.
they can get into some weird shit
Yeah,
pretty quickly.
I-
So we don't want to break the rules, but like rocket memes all day long, son.
Okay, so we're gonna pick the best rocket meme at the end of the live show, and we will send you a $15 Revzilla. I can't. I truly can't. Oh my God! Here, let me just show this or something that is.
What's this?
I don't know. I haven't looked at this. This is just me on the highway on the rocket from filming.
Do we want to see this?
I mean, we can see this. Like,
Okay.
It's probably gonna play like shit, honestly.
Is this the raw?
Oh, you know. No.
Nope, I'm turning that off. What the fuck?
It's a rocket, man. It literally is a rocket ship.
Oh, fucking A.
So, Alex, I don't know why it would say you don't have permission to comment in there. It's live on Two Wheels, so everybody should have
That's
permission.
weird. Unless, the only thing that I can think of is that.
Oh, he's got a thumb. He might not have thumbs up the general thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So, guys, yeah. So, this is going to be another show where we talk about another muscle cruiser, which.
We've done once before.
Well, so the main muscle cruiser, and we're going to use the general term muscle cruiser.
Muscle cruiser, power cruiser.
We were talking about this earlier of like, what do we call these? Like, when I look at this motorcycle, I can literally look at it right now. I don't think of it as a cruiser, even though I know it's a cruiser. I don't know what's up in my head, but my belief is that the reason that these bikes are so popular is it's because you have guys like me that don't like cruisers. It's not like I don't like them, but like they're just not my jam. But I see bikes like this, and I'm still excited about it. So I think they're just acting as this entryway into cruisers, and I think that's why you see the Diavel so popular. This Sportster S from Harley.
Here's what I think. Here's what I think is the reason that these things are so popular generally is because of the novelty of them. Because there
it just makes no sense type shit.
It makes no sense, and there's so much just power in these things that it is an outrageous thing that's exciting and
so
crazy.
the same deal as the H2, right?
Yeah,
It's just you think it's novelty.
100%.
So guys, let's define this category. So in case you guys aren't familiar with the category, we can kind of understand what bikes we're talking about. This muscle cruiser market, relatively low seat height, massive engines, kind of a long motorcycle, has a long front rake, which means the front wheel is kind of out in front of you instead of more right below your hands, like on a Super Sport or something like that. It typically has one main seat, sometimes a passenger seat, and handlebars. Is there anything else that kind of distinguishes this class? Or
I mean, so when I think of power cruisers, I think of basically drag bikes, right? It's a purpose-built machine. It is buckets of torque and horsepower. It doesn't matter the rider triangle so much, because if you look at the old Diavels compared to new ones,
yeah,
it's more sporty.
right.
But the idea is that this is a cruise, like the VMAX is it a VMAX mid control? I think the VMAX is mid control. So it doesn't matter really that, but they all have very distinctive features, like a step up style, kick up style seat to keep it planted.
Yep.
And that's very
because most of these bikes will F and go.
Yeah,
so you have to have seats.
You'll lawn dart out the back of it, like.
Another thing that's interesting with this class is the foot controls are not universal. Like on Super Sports, it's rear sets all day, right? Nothing changes. But in this muscle cruiser market, we have forward controls on some, we have mid controls on some, and if I remember correctly, the Diavel has like rear sets.
The Diavel has rear sets.
Yeah.
now.
So we have literally every single sort of foot control in this market, which is very strange.
Like I said, rider triangle does not matter when it comes to power cruisers.
But how weird is that? Like most markets don't like. I feel like we haven't even matured the power cruiser market.
The V Rod, you were a lawn chair. The old V Rods, not the VMAX, the old V Rods.
Right.
Your feet were way out front, and your hands were way out front because it was like a drag bar, and it was just like you were literally like folded like a meanie.
I have a question for you because you've been familiar with the Yamaha VMAX. You've been familiar with the M109R, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because we always have this conversation, you kind of represent the cruiser side of this conversation at least, whereas I kind of stick my flag with the nakeds and the super sports.
You dip your toe, but you have your
Well,
own
I've been
side.
trying to get better about dipping my toe, but so the Sportster S, I knew about that, right? I was on the finger on the pulse with that. I know about the Diavel, obviously, and we have the Rocket 3. Why? Like, I've heard of the VMAX before, but why is it nowhere on my radar? Why is the M109R nowhere on my radar?
Well, the M109 is not on your radar because it's closer in style to a typical cruiser.
Yes.
And that's not your vibe. The VMAX has been around, and up until recently, you would have not given a single shit about it. But now that you're kind of dipping your toe, you can look at it and clearly see that it would fit in the top three as far as like the top three we would consider as far as price and power.
Right.
Right. The Rocket 3, the Diavel, and the VMAX. They're pretty much like I said, the M109R is a cruiser style.
Yeah, I think the M109R, like you said, it's too cruisery. That's probably why I haven't thought about
100%. Because the body style, the lines on it are very much like.
Well, like the VMAX is the one that surprises me because, like, everybody says I'm like a Yamaha simp. So it's like, why would I not care about Yamaha's offering in this class? But
I personally like the way that the VMAX looks. I like the scoops. I like the severe seat.
Interesting.
Like scoop. Yeah.
I very much don't.
Yeah.
Let's
you
jump to my
didn't
screen.
You didn't like the Rocket either when you first saw
Jump
it.
to my screen and we'll show these people what we're talking about. While we're defining the class, if you will.
Yep.
So guys, at the top of the class, price wise, we accidentally broke this out and top to bottom by highest price to lowest price, which is, I think, going to surprise a lot of people. So 2021, I think this is supposed to say 2022. Rocket 3R Black, the one we have here, that's this guy. Then
is it a 2022?
Yeah, it's a 2022 because it says on the tag. Then for a significant amount less, I mean, what are we looking at? $2,000 less? We have the Diavel 1260. Okay, it's a Ducati. It's got Ducati tax, and it's still that much cheaper. I would say the Diavel in our group here, probably the most sporty. Actually, I know for a fact.
Yeah.
And when I say sporty, guys, I mean leaning the bike over. I don't mean sporty as in power.
It is the most sport bike of all of them.
Yes.
The Rocket 3 and the VMAX both suffer from can't-turnitis.
Can't-turnitis.
Yeah.
Well, next up, speaking of that, we do have the Yamaha VMAX coming in at 18 grand.
I love that seat. It's so funky.
That is
little DuckTales.
I'm sorry, guys in the chat. Y'all can disagree with me, or you can agree with Bo, which I guess is the same thing. The VMAX is just an ugly bike.
It's
me.
I don't know, man.
It does it for you?
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome. I'm glad somebody can love it, but yeah, that just does not.
Actually, so the newest VMAX is actually the one is much more nimble and agile than previous models. Yeah, they changed the wheels and all that shit.
All right, guys. So 15 grand gets you the Boulevard M109, and yeah, like you said, very cruisery. This is why it's not ever been on my radar in this power cruiser.
Yeah,
but
that is specifically the Boss model, which is like their top of the line.
I will say one thing, that if I didn't know who made this, I would have bet Suzuki, and it's not because of the blue, but just because of all the curvature and stuff. Like I would have, so at least for Suzuki.
I think they missed an opportunity to chop that tail and then not have that cowl on the front of it, and it just be like that, because then it would fit kind of more in it. If it was just a headlight that was flush against the forks,
right,
it would fit more in line. But it just looks like a big cruiser. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Moving down, so that was 15, and now we have the Sportster S, which I wouldn't have thought about this, but look how tiny this guy looks.
Spec-wise, this is in line with all the rest of them,
and the cheapest.
But the seating position is not the seat itself is not conducive to
being a power cruiser. Yeah, it is the it. This is not a tiny bike.
No.
Here's the crazy thing, but when we look at it in the class that we're talking about, it looks like a tiny bike.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It does.
It's kind of crazy. And it's a Harley, and it's the cheapest. How strange is that?
Yeah, this is the weirdest timeline.
Yeah, this is weird. Honestly, if you're asking me, I'm not even looking at the VMAX or the M109R. I'm looking at the Sportster S, I'm looking at the Diavel, and I'm looking at the Rocket 3. And if I'm going to be honest, guys, when the cat got out the bag, and how did we even get the Rocket 3? Was it me and you just like talking about shit, and then randomly it was like, hey, we should get our Rocket 3 in.
Yeah.
And then I messaged Triumph. They're like, yeah, we got one coming in. And I was like, oh, well.
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened.
Like truly, that's how like random shit is. Everybody thinks that we're some giant team of people that like we have like all these production people. It's literally just us four, honestly.
We accidentally come up with ideas.
Yeah, we accidentally came up with like getting the Rocket 3, and I was like, because I've seen it when we've gone to pick up other Triumph bikes, and the Rocket 3 has never visually done it for me. Like, it looks unique, but that's not enough.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you guys, after we've had it for 3 days now, and I am to the point now where I want to go spend an entire day taking photos of this motorcycle. I don't know why, and I don't know what's happened, but I've slowly enjoyed it more and more. Sounds like a motorcycle. Oh, wait, now it sounds like it's leaving. I don't know. So I'm not sure what it is, and I don't know what's growing on me, but I think it's just this blacked out model with every little detail blacked out. It's legit. I want to. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to get out and go do some photos with it. But you guys will have to let me know what y'all think about it. Yeah, it's growing on me slowly, but currently of the muscle cruisers, I think the Diavel for me still has.
Oh, that makes sense.
I mean, it's the sportiest, right? It totally makes sense. So I guess let's get into putting in seat time.
Okay, so
we can look at
before we
bikes
do that, let's roll the ad, because now we're into the let's talk about. So this
Okay.
because it's 22 minutes in.
Yeah, we are we're flirting with it.
So
Yeah,
we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna run this ad.
You know what it'll do? It'll make sure that we actually do the ad spot for the video. So let's do that.
That was kind of the idea. Yeah, all right, we're gonna roll this ad, and we'll be back after that, guys.
Rewards from it's kind of like Amazon Prime for Revzilla. So if you're buying a lot of motorcycle gear, especially on Revzilla, this could be.
It's a new thing. Hold on 1 second.
I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah, no.
What's going on, guys? This episode of Live on Two Wheels is brought to you by Revzilla's RPM membership. What that is basically a membership program that only costs $60 a year, not a month, but a year, and you get a ton of rewards from it. It's kind of like Amazon Prime for Revzilla. So if you're buying a lot of motorcycle gear, especially on Revzilla, this could be really interesting for you. Check out all of the things you get for this. So you're going to get free 2-day shipping and returns. You're going to get 10% off exclusive brands. You're going to get 5% cash back, period. Also, for you first-time members, you're going to get $15 in cash back from the moment you get this membership. It's also going to include early access to sales and phone lines and exclusive events. So if you're somebody that buys a ton of gear and could find a lot of value in this RPM thing, by all means, we'll have a link for you down in the description below. Thank you guys for supporting the show by going to that link. And thank you, Revzilla, for sponsoring this episode. We'll see you guys with the rest of the show.
There we go.
That's it. That's the
it.
ad.
That was the
How you know what this reminds me of? The first like 8 episodes of Live on Two Wheels.
Nah,
Welcome back,
bro.
guys.
We haven't had an ad in a while.
Oh no, yeah, no. I mean,
Dude, I
like,
don't think we've had an ad since like we were in the early like tens.
well, so like, do you remember how? And some of you guys that have been watching us live since we started, how many of you guys remember that literally every live show that we did, something would go wrong
For the first 10
wa-
episodes.
It was the first 10 episodes, but like,
Yep.
bro, every single episode, something would go wrong. It was the most frustrating shit because we always wanted to like have what we have now, where it's like, hey, let's just get in here, let's just shoot the video, and let's do the thing. So yeah, if you guys have been watching the live show since we started, the first 10, my God, there's always a problem. It seems like.
All right, before we do this, I'm gonna say this as well because people are the thread thing is a new thing that Discord is doing. So if you are having trouble getting into it and talking, then just you can do your memes and stuff inside of the Live on Two Wheels channel itself. Don't worry about the thread if you can't get in. We're gonna be watching both, so we'll pick a winner from one of those.
Yeah, guys, we'll find your memes. Don't worry.
Yeah,
We'll
trust.
find the rockets.
Trust. Okay, seat time.
Yeah, we've ridden this thing now. I've probably ridden it the most. I've definitely ridden the most. I rode it all day today, and then I've ridden it home a few times. I don't know if I want to spoil it or not. Yeah, I will, because you guys are OG. I don't like the fact that I'm starting to like muscle cruisers. I'm not liking cruisers, let me be clear, but I rode the Sportster S. I liked it. I rode the Rocket 3, or I'm currently riding the Rocket 3. I like it. Like, it's a whale. Let's all be clear. It's very, if you're not moving, it's a lot. But I don't care.
I mean, that tracks with your current ideals when it comes to motorcycling.
Right.
So I'm not surprised.
Because I want
Though
the
I am
power.
concerned.
Right? I want the power, but I want it comfortably. And I have that with the MT10. You know, I'm super, okay with the MT10. But my MT10 doesn't have as many electronic aids as these muscle cruisers are having.
What is the Triumph? It's like a 2500.
This guy,
Yeah.
it's like a 2483 or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So 2500 cc's, guys. And it's a triple.
Which is not even the most alarming statistic. The most alarming statistic and spec of this thing is it's 165 horsepower and 163 foot-pounds of torque.
I'm sorry, my wife commented something about spit drink all over this microphone.
So
It grows the economy.
to put this into perspective, the amount of torque that this Rocket 3 has is like 40-ish more torque, foot-pounds of torque, than the supercharged H2R.
What? Hold on. Pause.
Yeah.
What?
It's about half as much a horsepower, but the amount of torque on this machine is insane.
I've
That
had
puts
this
it in a different perspective.
I've had this sheet up this whole time and never did I realize that.
Yeah. No, the
Uh-huh.
old
So
MC React, the old one was 2300 cc. This one is a new. They put a 2500 in this one.
Are we double sure that the Rocket 3R's torque is 163 foot-pounds?
I double checked in several places.
And the H2R, the most ridiculous super sport we know of, is at 122?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, there's a lot of factors, like there's weight and...
Also, that kind of bike is more about the top end, so like the horsepower to carry you through.
Right.
Like, it's nowhere near that, but you're gonna get to those. You're gonna get to its limit a lot faster.
So that's one thing that I noticed while riding it around, and I don't know how much you pushed it when you were riding it, but the gearing is so short. I
Right.
was hitting red line after red line after red line.
Yeah.
accidentally, of course. When you ride that thing and you twist the throttle, you are so in it, dude. You are like, I'm holding on for dear life. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, why is it not going any faster?
It's not a small thing either, because what did we find out it weighed? Like 600 and something pounds? So you're moving that, you have to have that much torque to move that much weight at any sort of reasonable. And then they just went and doubled down on it, because technically you could move that much weight with probably half that power.
You could, but you wouldn't be as thrilling.
It would still be insane.
It would, but not that level of like, oh my god.
Right. So here's where we get into the part where I sit, which is different than you, and that is that I don't see any good reason for bikes like this to exist on the road.
Well,
not that they shouldn't exist, but that they should not be allowed to just be ridden. I can right now, like if I was
641 dry.
Dry. If I wanted to, and I was like 16 years old, you've said this before.
Yeah.
I could get my license by using a scooter.
And
then go buy a Rocket 3R.
Yeah.
And fucking NASA status into a wall.
I mean, it is a rocket, so to be fair.
Literally NASA status.
Also, we have to be clear, the one we have, this black edition, limited edition, 1 of 1,000. Do you know that?
I did not know that.
So I'm really glad I didn't drop it in the shop earlier.
You and I are in different worlds when it comes to stuff like this, because and I've said this before on this show and in conversations with you and I just individually, it is not, to me, when I rode that thing.
The Rocket.
The Rocket. When I rode the Rocket, in rain mode, I maybe gave it like 50% throttle, and then I was in a turn. You know, like I ran out of road before I could even get past it. When I put it in whatever standard road mode. When I put it in road mode, it was a little bit more than the rain mode. So it was like I could get, but I kept running out of road before I could even really.
Need to go to the highway.
No. Because what am I going to do?
It's not about the top speed. I've realized this. So I have realized that the pure joy that this motorcycle is from point A to short point B ahead of you, and then you get all your jollies out really quickly, and then you're back to normal.
So here we are again saying, like, you could get all of those jollies, 163 foot-pounds of torque. 163 foot-pounds of torque.
Every bit of it, yeah.
I mean, what else is there in that world?
Hold on. Let me.
Because you look at these bikes that we have been playing with, all the power cruisers and shit, and it's just like there's nothing even remotely close to that.
Hold on. Can we?
The Diavel is 95. The VMAX is 83. The Boulevard is 118. The Sportster S is 94. Like,
here's what I mean. Let me play this clip of a GoPro.
Hold on.
It comes in at a perfect spot.
Okay, go.
If I remember correctly, and I could be wrong. You guys are just going to get a behind-the-scenes view at a first ride, if it'll play.
Oh, it's a little choppy.
It's gonna chug.
It's a little choppy.
Hold on, maybe it'll clear out. Oh, I got an idea. What if we do this whole thing?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna just preview it, and maybe just previewing it will make it go smoother.
Is this on the server right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the fun of this bike. Just right here, chilling, but watch this. You can't even tell. The video sucks.
Here's the thing. I just don't.
No, but my point was, I was at a red light. I took a right, and there was a red light ahead of me, but it's just that 2 seconds of like, oh my goodness. And then you let go, and then it's fine. Like it's got really strong engine braking. It slows you back down.
Like, seriously though, I don't get it, because like you'll never use like half of that. I guarantee you, even at a pull like that,
like, a Kia Soul has less than 160 foot-pounds of torque.
Right. So like
awesome.
Even at that, what you were doing just there, you
Uh-huh.
probably would never even reach the potential of even the torque that it has available because it's not delivering all that torque to you right there.
Yeah, the traction control was off the
not
charts.
just that, but you weren't full fucking whiskey throttle. You weren't
No, I
like
was full throttle. Yeah,
you were
100%.
full throttle.
I got to the point where I can easily full throttle this motorcycle, and I'm okay with
That
it.
is not okay.
Well, so we need to clarify what our stances are. Bo thinks that motorcycles like the Rocket, like the H2R, should not exist because it's too much
clarification: it's not that they shouldn't exist; they shouldn't
legally
be
on the road. Legally on the road, they should not exist. I am of the position that, choosing my words carefully because I'm very bad at that, I am of the position that if you start playing the game of that shouldn't be allowed, that easily gets us to a point where there's nothing but 300cc motorcycles.
No.
If you realistically talk through that conversation, I think that's the inevitability.
Not even a little bit.
How do you so justify why the Rocket 3 shouldn't, but a Gixxer 1000 should?
I honestly don't think
sit back
race
and
bikes. I don't think race bikes should be on that. This is a drag bike. I don't think you can't ride. You can't drive an Enzo on the road.
What's a Ferrari Enzo?
Yeah.
Okay, but you can drive a Porsche GT3.
Why?
You can ride. You can drive any Porsche.
Tell me how many Porsche GT3s you've seen riding around here at 150 miles an hour.
None.
What is the point of having these things if all you're going to do is go from stoplight to stoplight as quick as you possibly can and never really use 50 or more percent of the bike? I would rather have a 400 that I can wring the living shit at, and it will never surpass my limitations. I will have more fun any day, all day. When we went up the mountain, I was given the opportunity to ride a different bike. And which bike did I choose?
The WR?
Yes.
Okay, so
Because I have more fun on that than the other bikes that I had available.
okay, and could you remind everybody in the live show of what motorcycles you're looking into as your next bike?
Those are comfort bikes.
No, absolutely not.
Comfort bikes.
You
A
cannot.
900-pound bike with less torque than most of the stuff that's on this list. So here's the thing about those big bikes, because yes, this is a lot of torque. So if you look at its power to weight ratio, though,
Okay.
it's insanely high.
Yeah.
Because it's a 600-pound bike with that. So then you take the inverse of that. You have 300 more pounds
Yeah.
and like 30 less horsepower.
Well, the conversation is not maxed out stuff. It's
Right.
about why should you have that? What need do you have for the size of engines, like the Tiger 900 low?
Because it has to pull the weight. Like, that's the thing.
It'll pull the weight. If the
But
argument
I'm not
the
even talking
argument
about
is the
900
extremes,
I'm not
though.
talking about the 900 GT. I'm talking about the bikes I'm looking at are long haul. Like, I want.
Why do you need such a big engine for a long haul?
What are you talking about? It's a big bike.
Yeah, but why? But
The
why?
Chieftain Dark Horse is like nearly a 900-pound bike.
Okay, and what CC is that motorcycle?
1,700.
So why
1,800?
don't you need 1,000 for that?
You try moving a fucking 900-pound bike with 1,000 cc's and fucking 18 gallons of luggage.
All I'm saying is that all you have to do is what's the national highest speed limit? 80 miles an hour?
No, not even.
So
I wish.
so let's just say it's 75, okay? That bike only has to get up to 80 miles an hour. 5 over. We're gonna be nice about it.
Yeah.
So why do you need 1,700 cc's, bruh? You can get there eventually.
Andrew Rasmussen has a good point. Larger engines are less stressed at higher speeds and longer distances.
No, and
Engine
Ranger,
stress.
you get your ass out of this. I'm trying to prove a point.
No.
Bo wants to take away our fun funds, and we're not gonna let it happen.
No, because your fucking brain falls out. You are the worst person in the world to ride a bike like this because you don't see how fucking irresponsible that much power is.
Machine, see, he knows
the
what's
street.
up. Speed limits were made way back in the day when horses were a thing.
No.
Not when motorcycles were a
No,
thing.
they weren't.
They are just suggestions.
They've been
Bo.
around. They were defederalized in the 70s.
What was?
Speed limits. They were localized. They were defederalized in the in
Oh.
in the 70s.
Well, they're still, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, see? 80 in Texas.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, 80 in Texas. That's cool. I mean, yeah. I'm not saying don't ride these bikes. I'm just saying, like, most of the people that I see that are really excited about these bikes are people that I don't really think should be riding these fucking bikes, because none of them have any respect for the fact that this is a death trap waiting to happen.
Okay, so explain me this then. Why? I personally feel like I am a safer rider riding on this than I am on the MT-07, which is a very understandably made motorcycle. It doesn't have a ton of torque. Horsepower doesn't cost a lot. I'm a more dangerous person on an MT-07 than I am this thing, so explain that to me.
You were on this for half an hour, and you were sending it over intersections in road mode. You skipped rain mode within 5 seconds. You went to road mode, a brand new bike that you've never ridden before that has the most power of any bike that you've ever ridden before.
True.
And you just full sent, swoopity doopy all the way through, and then over an intersection into a turn, not knowing how any of it would react to what you did.
I was surprised at how little lean angle I had.
Yeah, but you still sent it without knowing what.
I am
I'm
a
just
professional rider, Bo.
I really think that these bikes, I get it, like, they're fun, but I've never met a person that rides one of these that rides it in a fashion that doesn't say, "Oh, cool, I hope your life insurance is up to date."
I think you can have so much fun from this motorcycle, though, without having to get super high speeds.
Do we want to watch the first ride footage?
No.
Okay.
We have to save that for the first ride on Friday.
Chase has learned since the Ducati crash. I don't think he has.
I have. I am a much better rider.
No, me and Brian were having this conversation. I think the problem is that you've walked away from your crashes without any serious injury. And the reality of the fact that, like, pushing these kind of bikes, this rocket is up there. Like, you've been on some fast bikes. You've been on some fast bikes, but the amount of just raw power on this.
I don't feel like that, though. I feel like I've ridden way more dangerous motors. I feel like I've ridden way more dangerous motorcycles.
That is exactly why I'm saying this.
Bro, how can y'all say that having not ridden it spiritedly? Truly.
I think, okay, so
I've spent 10 hours on this thing so far.
Thank you for the super chat. First off, it's all about the thrill. Isn't that why we all ride? Yes.
Thank you, Ben. Yes.
No, I agree. It is, but there has to be some reality in that too, because, like, if you think the thrill has to be okay, I will speak for myself specifically, because when I first started riding, what did I ride?
FZ6R.
Yes,
okay.
Which is the R6 engine detuned for more torque, less horsepower, and a standard.
Sorry, the Elon will start to compete with Triumph if Triumph keeps up. Sorry,
so
the rocket joke is too good. Anyway, sorry.
So I started on that bike. It was my first bike.
Right.
I had ridden dirt bikes, but never anything on the street. I started getting really comfortable with triple digits. Like, really comfortable.
Yeah.
And then that's when I had the realization that, like, oh, I shouldn't be comfortable doing this, because no matter what my skill level is, the danger has exponentially increased. The thrill level, I'm in control of that. Mm-hmm. I'm the one that's not allowing myself to be thrilled by other things except for escalating further and further.
Right.
That's how bad shit happens.
Well, I want...
So, yes, it is about the thrill, but it's our job to, like, kind of temper our expectations of what that thrill means. Because if we keep pushing that goalpost further and further,
yeah,
we're going to run out of our ability to control it, and we're going to run up the limitations of the bike
100%.
Well after we run after the limitations ourselves.
I think the issue with this whole conversation is that you are saying that the bikes should be limited to save idiots. And yes, I agree that, you know, having traction control and lean sensitive traction control, ABS, ride power modes, whatever, those are great to have. But at the end of the day, it's up to a rider to not surpass 70%. Like I know that everybody like sees if I
Maybe
do
they should
something.
institute some sort of like personality test before they sell them.
Maybe so. I want something to be clear because I saw my wife. My wife is on a full-on Team Bo right now,
of
which
course, 'cause
totally
she
makes
fucking
sense.
loves you, and I'm your friend, and we both care about your safety and your well-being.
Well, so something that I want people to understand is because you're saying like I ride like that, and you and Brian were talking about I ride like that because I've walked away from my accidents. What has happened when I go to my accidents when I go have accidents? Not that I don't even want to talk like that.
What is happening?
When I have had accidents, and what's happened in my brain is every wreck I've had on a bike has basically taken, because like Idiot Chase, when he started riding, was like, okay, cool. I'm on the road. I can go to 100% of my ability right now, and we're good, right? I have an accident. It drops down some percentages. I don't proceed outside of 70% of what I'm capable of or what I feel the bike is capable of at any point in time. Regardless of what you see, I feel like I never go to 71. I'm at
of the
70.
bike or your
Both. Neither.
Okay.
I both my ability and what I feel the bike is capable of.
This is just from the outside looking in.
Uh-huh.
What I see.
This has now turned into a diagnosis of Chase's riding.
Right. You need to
not
like lay
the
down.
Rocket 3.
Like,
All right, hold on.
all right. What I have seen, just like I said, from an
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Okay,
yet.
sorry. An
Okay.
outside perspective, right, is that
Yes, doctor.
your accident, right, that
Yes.
you've had, the couple of them that you've had.
Yes.
I just want to clarify that. They serve as an example of a singular thing of what not to do, and you add that to the repertoire of things that you avoid doing.
So you're saying each accident I learn one thing, and I
Right.
get to leave with that one thing.
Right.
Okay.
And it's never. Your wife said, what did she say? So that his elevator don't go all the way to the top in this combo. That's in a way that's what I'm saying. Is
what do
like,
you think my childhood had to do with that?
Well, you were an only child, right?
Yes.
All right.
Why is my laptop?
Yeah, in a
doing
very
stupid
sheltered, kind of isolated kind of life in a small town.
things? And do you think I isolate myself now inside the helmet?
Yeah.
As a way of
What's
protecting
your relationship
myself?
with your mother like?
It's great. Like I love my mom. She's awesome. Don't ask me about my dad though.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not going down that one.
That's tomorrow. No, that's next week.
So,
That's
like,
on my next week.
What she said, while hilarious, is also kind of what I'm saying. And it is like because I've been in 2 accidents, both of them were somebody pulling out in a road from a stop into my lane. Neither one.
Okay, that's shitty.
Neither one of them did I make contact with the person because I avoided physical contact and laid the bike down.
Yes. That was a choice you made as a rider,
so-
knowing that the
yeah.
bike would not be capable of stopping in time.
Right. So what I took from that is that, and you've ridden with me before these accidents, and I rode like an asshole. Like I rode in between. I was just splitting lanes and speeding and acting a fool.
Yes.
And what I did was realize that the top level of this is that I know what my bike is capable of.
Yes.
I don't ever want to go to the top of that.
Of course, you should only go to about 70% of whatever you're comfortable with.
Right. So instead of looking at a bike that is capable of 70% more than what the 70% of a bike should be, you see what I'm saying? This is where I'm going. Like the 70% on the Rocket is 180% of my bike. You see what I'm saying?
We're not talking about a universal percentage. We're talking
No,
about
but
each
I'm
bike
saying-
has its own little universal percentage.
Right. There's no way that you should be running this thing at 70%.
I haven't gotten it to 70%.
That's what I'm saying, but you said those numbers. So that's the numbers I can base this off of.
Okay.
So
fair.
what I'm saying is, like, if I go to 70% of my bike, your mom's in here too, so you
No, she's. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. How did this happen? My mom has never been on a live show chat. Son of a bitch. Mom, I love
I
you.
love her.
Love you, Pat.
She's always the first one to comment on anything I post, and I love her for it.
If
So,
you
like-
guys that don't know, we're having a therapy session.
So
That's
like,
why this is my therapy chair.
so like the 70% of that Rocket 3 is so much more than most bikes. So I would say you probably should be using like 40 to 50% of what that thing is capable of.
If we're going to talk about
So,
true
why have it?
capabilities, if we're going to talk about true capabilities, I probably did not, like, even on the highway skirt, You know, like in rider mode with
Your
traction
mom just
control.
called you out, by the way. She said I damn sure have.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Pat coming in strong. So even though this thing has ridiculous torque,
Yeah.
I turned traction control off, put it in rider mode. All modes were in sport mode, and even then, I would goose it from red light to red light, but I would only goose it for like 2 seconds in a straight line. It's about knowing when to do that because it's not going to be dangerous if you play the right game and don't exceed the percentages.
So your word choice is interesting in that because it's not a game, and we talked about that on the last episode.
What are you talking about? It's not a game. I know it's not a game, but it's
it is kind of a game.
Life is
when
a game.
When you
know
look at it like that. But motorcycles shouldn't be a game. That was literally the title of our last stream.
No. I mean, yes, that true. But our conversation last stream was about people gamifying doing idiotic shit.
Yeah, but the gamifying is just a symptom of that kind of behavior where you look at it as a game, and like once you start doing that, then you start getting into the realm of like where does that game end? Because like here's the thing, I am not shitting on the Rocket 3. I loved it. I rode it. I thought it was a great bike. It sucks in the turns. Like it's a lot of weight with a lot of tire.
It's a lot of weight that won't go over.
It's a lot of weight and a lot of tire that won't turn, and I like a bike that I can dig into turns. So it
says the cruiser guy. Come on.
Says the cruiser guy who was behind you the entire way when you were on the street triple up in the mountains when I was on a Bolt.
If you tell me this Bolt shit story one more time about you were following me on the Bolt, you physically could not follow me on a street if I was on a street triple, you physically. I don't care what level of rider you are. You could not follow a mediocre rider on a street trip.
I was literally right behind you.
Do you not think that I was not pushing it 100% or to 70%, as some people would say?
That is irrelevant. The fact is that I was turning into those at whatever speed you were going, which you are horrible at leading rides, so you don't ever ride for the people behind you.
I will admit to you, Doctor, I am terrible at leading rides. I have been told that by many people many times.
At the end of this, the idea that I just want people to understand the where I'm coming from is that like you will never exceed the limitations on the bikes that produce this much power. Like ever. There is no person.
But why take it from everybody just because they can't?
I don't think they should take it from everybody. I think it should be turned down a bit. It's at 11.
Bro,
we could use it at 9.
Look, if you want to turn it down, go to sport mode. If you want to turn it down farther, go to road mode. If you really want to turn it down, go to rain mode. That's why modes are there.
I don't know.
They give you the palette.
This is the divide in the shop, and it is the same mentality that's like ride in the rain, ride every day, ride to get more power and blah, blah, blah. And it's these ideas that like those are the things like, okay, I'll say this and I'll play the devil's advocate. If that is fun for you, then fucking do it. But also make sure your life insurance is up to date because your family is eventually going to have to bury you.
Well, like, here's my thing, and I understand what you're saying, and as a general point, I do agree with you. You know, like, don't get yourself killed on these things. But if we are thinking about the actual physics that are happening, we have a motorcycle here that has an ungodly amount of torque that, as a rider who sometimes does stupid things on motorcycles, derives his fun with it by going from 0 to 40 and then slowing down and stopping. Is that not immeasurably safer than being on a motorcycle and going 110 down a highway?
It is, but
that's my point.
But your point is then ruined by the fact that
I don't want to ruin my point.
You are not that kind of rider. You are the rider that does that so that you can get to the interstate and book it at whatever redonkulous speed.
I did not take the rocket. I did not beam the rocket down the interstate.
Bro, me and Brian and you and Luke rode down the interstate and just bye to you guys because you fucked off. And me and him are all
when
just...
did that happen?
Me and him are all just behind. We were all connected. We were doing the 4-man motovlog with the Daytona. And you,
oh, you have to clarify. You can't say that kind of shit. These people are going to think I just took the rocket down the highway and just launched it and go be Elon
I'm talking
or
about
something.
this is the kind of you are both of those people is what I'm saying. You are both the person that has, and I love that. Speaking of the Bolt and the speed triple, was it when we were going street triple? When we were going light to light, we didn't exceed 40 miles an hour. We were just having fun.
Right.
And I had a blast. But you're also the same guy who will then be like, okay, good luck. I'll see you at the other end of the interstate. So your argument kind of like is moot because
you're not going to take this argument from me, Bo.
I'm just saying.
I'm holding on to it.
I'm just saying I have just as much fun like thrapping the shit out of smaller bikes. And when I say smaller, I don't mean like 300 cc's. They're like, this is 2,500 cc's. It is double the torque of most motorcycles. It's redonkulous. I like it. I think it's gorgeous. It's bow-sized, if you're curious.
Yeah, Bo can fit on it. Bo can ride the hell out of this thing.
I won't ride the hell out of it.
Well, no, I mean, like, I don't mean ride the hell out of it like push limits. I mean, like, enjoy riding it around.
Oh, it's comfortable. It's a great bike. It could use half the power and it'd be just so much more fun for me because then I wouldn't feel like, oh, if I just go just a little bit more. That was like the first time I was on the FTR, and I put it in sport mode, and I remember this very vividly because it was the first time I've ever experienced a power wheelie, because most of the bikes that dirt bikes and shit like that, it was, and smaller CC like 600s and stuff, it was never really, they're all sport bikes, not super sports.
Right.
So it was always clutch ups. But rolling on the throttle on the FTR 1200 in sport mode and just going slowly turning the throttle and the front wheel just effortlessly coming up.
That's some MT10 problems, man.
And I'm just like, bro, like I don't like having to feel like I'm on a knife's edge because then I don't get to enjoy it because I'm worrying about like all my inputs as the same reason that you like the R7, where it is, you don't have to think about where it is in the rev range. You can just throttle, go, and enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
On these insane bikes, I always feel like I am threading the needle. Like I'm having to be very aware of my input because on the Rocket, if you like dump the throttle for like half a second and then wrap back on it, you could lose the rear end instantly.
Well, that's why every mode has traction control.
The fucking guy who dropped it off said, hey, just so you know, if you turn traction control off, every gear will just skip the back tire.
Can confirm. But the...
Now I need therapy!
All right, lay down. It's your turn.
I know, it's my turn. Hold on, I think you locked my chair when you stole it.
I didn't. I had to post Instagram stuff. So, moral of the story... Bo thinks that we should have tamed down motorcycles.
Yeah, that's
I think that...
Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with the mentality of riders.
I think that ride modes is super helpful to have on bigger bikes like this. And
I think you should have, like I said, a personality test. You can't change the ride mode. What you have to do is you have to go take a personality test.
Oh, shit.
And a rider test. And somebody has to like observe your riding.
I will say this. So the Rocket has this weird thing where the way Triumph does their traction control, you can change modes while going, but you cannot turn on and off traction control while going. So if you're in road mode, or if you're in what's it called? If you're in the rider mode and you have made the rider mode to have traction control off, which I highly recommend, you're stuck in that mode until you stop or pull off. So what I did, I had all the modes in the sport mode and I had traction control off, and that motorcycle going through city traffic with being that big was honestly it was not even surprising, shockingly easy to ride.
Yeah.
Even with traction control off.
All right. So,
that's my grandstand. I think it's a phenomenal motorcycle. You can hoon the absolute shit out of it.
Yeah.
But, bro, I didn't do anything compared to what the Revzilla guy did.
That's whatever. So what I want you to do now is I'm done talking.
Okay, we're done. Bo, I pissed him off. He's done. He's not doing this anymore. Therapy session over, guys.
You're my friend, and I care about your well-being. And
I appreciate.
I just want you to
so,
be.
That's so sweet. You said that live.
I just want you to be safe, and I want to be able to keep. I like being around cool people and doing cool people shit.
You heard this first. Bo says I'm cool people shit. Right, 2021, whatever year we're on.
Go to Discord. Let's pick a meme.
God.
The thread is not working, so there's a lot of memories in there.
Okay.
So let's go. All right. So are you there now?
I am here now.
Why
yes.
is it not on the screen?
Is my laptop doing the weird thing where it doesn't do things?
Yeah. Okay. So that's fun.
Hold on.
Come on, man.
Oh no! It was the therapy session. The therapy session.
You kicked
ruined
it.
I don't think I did, but I'll read.
It's ruining
it.
shit. I'll
Hold
go
on,
overtime just to get this because I want to give away $50 of somebody else's money.
Right. Oh wait, I think I found it. Did that? I did it. Yeah, it was the therapy session. It messed it up.
Okay,
I fixed it though.
We go. Are you in the live on T-Bills? All right, go to the top of the list, which will be the big black rocket.
The way you said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we've got.
Oh God.
Andrew for pulling.
Oh my God, that's me. I didn't know that was me.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right, keep going because we got a couple of them. So
okay. There's Blue Origin. You're going straight to the moon, baby. Woo! All right. I'm not a huge South Park fan, but props to the cutout.
Dude, Randrew's got some skills.
Randrew, this is my new. We're gonna change the channel logo. I'm just gonna get a Rocket 3, and that'll be my new daily.
There's a couple of good ones in here.
Hold on. That feeling when you're riding a Harley and there's a Rocket 3 behind you. Hell yes. This is exactly what it would be like if me and you went to ride and you had a Sportster S and I was on the Rocket 3. This 100%. Anyway, moving on. That's not helping my conversation. Thank you, Nighthawk, for helping everybody. When you're done tearing up the streets on your Rocket 3, it is like that, though. It is like
a fucking
that.
pig.
The thing is massive.
Yeah, it's a honker.
Oh my God! Sneak peek of the black redacted. Ranger, you got some photo stuff going on, man. I like that. Oh my God! Yes, yeah, that might have to win it. I'm sorry. Oh no, this is great too. Oh my God!
I didn't see that one.
Wait, a Rocket 3 supercharger kit, bro.
Oh my God!
Oh my God, dude! No. Stage 2, 304 horsepower.
So the next meme is my favorite. Because bubbles. And I can't unsee it now.
You guys know everything I said about how the rocket was growing on me? I take all of that back now.
So, to be clear, that's the most upvoted one so far.
the audience has spoken then.
Yeah.
What else? Hey, is my wife still in here? This could be us.
I think she left.
I don't blame her.
Yeah.
This could be us right here. Oh my God. Just so much snow with that.
So that
oh my God, you guys were killing it.
Yeah, dude.
The Chase's drilling company.
Randrew's got some jokes, dude. All right, so
the
most upvoted one is clearly
so if I'm gonna vote, I'm doing the fastest fuck boy. But you guys on the Discord, y'all vote for shit. So that Andy, you gotta win. Yeah. You gotta win. This is a community. Our Discord is a community, not a dictatorship.
I can't unsee that now. I cannot unsee.
I'm now not gonna go ride the bike and do photo shoots because I'm gonna see this freaky looking dude every time I look at what I thought was his cool motorcycle. God,
Jesus Christ. Oh, it's got more votes. It's there.
Okay. So the audience is even taking it farther. The audience is making sure that this guy wins.
Andy, you.
All right, Andy. Bo will be in contact with you. We'll get you a Revzilla gift card for $50.
Yep.
So guys, that's about it. We didn't say a ton, but we said a lot. At the end of the day, it's a pretty cool, unique bike.
It
is. I think we're going to be able to... We're going to have it for a month, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to make some pretty cool content on it. We don't know yet exactly, but I know for a fact I'm going to do everything I can to get us a Diavel and the Rocket 3 and go out and do a video on both. So we'll see what ends up happening, guys. At the end of the day, thank you guys so much for watching us live, or if you're watching the YouTube video, which goes up on the channel after we go live, just make sure to hit the like button, guys. And if you're, I imagine you're probably subscribed. If you have watched an hour into a live show and you're not subscribed
talked about
yet,
absolutely nothing, and then gave Chase a
yeah. First ride's going to come out next Friday on the Rocket 3R Black. Yeah, we spent an hour diagnosing Chase's writing issues. So, guys, we're here live every week. So we will see you guys next Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we'll do the same thing. If you guys want to suggest stuff we talk about, mullet check. Oh, you guys don't wait. Do we?
I don't know if we should have.
I got so into the conversation last week. I forgot, guys. Last week we cut the mullet. It's gone.
Yeah,
we have Heather and I are shooting a wedding on Monday, so
mine's always in my man bun, so you can't see it.
Yeah, mullet's gone. It feels good. Helmets fit better now. I can confirm Rurocks do fit better without a mullet.
Yeah,
we won't get into the Rurock conversation. Anyway, mullet check is gone. We'll have to start a new check. Yeah, R.I.P. Chase's mullet. I wish we would have done a bigger
2021 to 2021.
That's awesome. All right, guys, we're out of here. Just as a reminder, you can listen to this if you're just now catching it. You want to catch up to it, maybe while you're riding. Maybe you're riding down the road right now on your Rocket 3R.
Yeah, you can't talk. Let's go.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye, guys. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.